Hey guys, what we wanted to do on this video, been asked to make this video a few times, and been meaning to do it, but I've been thinking about it and what would be the fairest way to do it. So what I'm speaking about, what I'm talking about, is doing the comparison between the silver collar and FMJ. Now, I've had my FMJ for a long time. I had it probably 2-3 months before I even got my silver collar, so I used it like every single day, like 10 times a day, 20 times a day. Like, how much do I vape every day? It's a lot. So I've done that a few times, and what I've decided, because the comparison, normally you just do it, so FMJ first, for example, then after you'd load up the silver collar and then talk about the differences, see what the differences were and stuff like that. But no, I don't think that's very fair, to be honest. It's like introducing like so many variables into the test results that it's almost not fair. It'd be difficult to come up with a clear winner, but I think, anyway, using this, the double adapter, I'm pretty sure we can come up with a fairer result, because A, they're side by side, can heat both of them at the same time, and obviously if we're talking about the vapor production and how well the caps keep their heat in with silver collar, with FMJ, then obviously we wouldn't be able to do that with this. But what we will be able to compare with this, and this took many nights thinking, what we would be able to compare with this is the different tan to the AVB when it comes out of the tip. That we can compare. What we're expecting to see, a fair result, one where there's a clear winner, but if there isn't, there isn't, so we'll go slow on that. So looking for a fair result, I've got my trusty torch, which I'll be using today. Let's see where this goes. I've got a Mimosa, UK Mimosa. I'm not sure if it's any good compared to the mimosas you've had, especially the guys in California and stuff, but over here is what I can get. It's pretty good though for over here. It's pretty good for over here. For over many years I've developed lots of contacts. Get this off someone trusted. It's organic, it's tasty, and I think out of all the bits that I have at the moment, it's probably the best one. Stronger than the others, so I think it's the fairest one to do. I've noticed as well, when I add this as well, I've noticed this, it also seems to put out more vapor than the other bits that I have, which is interesting. I don't know why. Maybe someone can break that down for us, but anyway, it's excellent. We're going to give it a roll. We're going to see where we end up. So I've got a stainless steel tip with the same caps, both of them, both stainless steel tips, both the same caps, one with silver collar, one with FMJ. Just putting the FMJ on now. We're using a J hook as well. So I thought about using a proper stem, but then I thought, doesn't matter really, does it? Just see where it goes with the J hook. It's a minor really, isn't it? minor detail. So anyway, I've loaded my 2 tips on. Okay, let's do this. Not going to grind it up either, because I'll kind of tear it up by hand, stuff it in there. I think that'll give a fairer result as well, because I don't want the grind to be different for each one. Try and pack the same amount in each bowl though. Silver's done, it's copper's turn. So that's copper done as well. Just going to get these crumbs into the pot and then we're off. Right. I'm so messy, do you know that? That's what my wife says every time I finish vaping. There's little bits of green everywhere. So yeah, here we have them. Alright. So WPA. Okay. And like I said, don't forget we're gonna do this, and we're not gonna compare the vapor. We're gonna compare the color of the AVB after we finished vaping. So those of you who don't know what AVB stands for after vaped bud. So basically the material after you finished vaping with it. So this AVB, we're expecting a nice tan on this AVB, because obviously these things do produce lovely rips. So, and the FMJ as well, I'm not saying the FMJ is complete crap, it's not. It's very good. It's not a device, it's an attachment for a device, but it's very good also. So let's compare the two and get stoned. More than welcome to join me, by the way. I'm going to turn this up a bit. I'm just heating between the two, trying to do it as even as possible. When I turn, one time will be with the copper, the other time I'll turn towards the silver. That's the first click, second click's gone on one of them. I'm not sure which one clicked first. Just going to have to go with it, okay? These double adapters are excellent, by the way. Stainless steel. Just going to heat them both another little bit. So again, I'm just literally between the two caps. So we're getting, you can't see it on silver, but you can see it on the FMJ where the flame's hitting. So this time turning towards the silver. This time's towards the FMJ. This thing rips like a good one. It's lovely. Delicious vapour from the both of them, I've got to say. Delicious. more heat. I'm just vaping how I usually do with the vac cap, so till I'm satisfied the vapor is reducing in quality. I heat it up again. You're just going to have to trust me that I'm doing that fairly. Also try not to combust. Obviously. Nobody wants to combust when you vape. Starting to get a more tanned AVB flavour coming out. So what I'm sure one of them's going to be darker than the other one. Starting to get that flavour. Starting to feel pretty stoned too. Wasn't actually that bad when I started this video. It just goes to show how strong the double cap can be. So if you're looking for a device or an attachment, sorry, to make your Dynavap a little bit stronger, look no further. The double is what you are looking for. If you want something to make the vapor taste cleaner and nicer, J-Hook. So it's really dulling down on the vapor production now. We're going to check. So we can try and get them to click at least once first. You hear that? So I kind of glued a magnet to the top of my grinder, and that's to a little removal tool basically. But as I'm doing this on video, it's not coming off. I'm joking. As I'm doing it, and obviously they're touching, so it took a while to get them to come off. Ooh, the FMJ kind of looks got a lovely dark tan to it, doesn't it? Tweezers as well. Very similar in terms of tan. So you had this one was the silver, and that one was the FMJ. I'm not sure if you can make it out, but the silver is actually, it's almost black. So the one with this red ring at the bottom is the silver. One with a black ring at the bottom here. It's the FMJ. I'm not making it up. You can, looking at the screen now, you can kind of see that this one is considerably darker than the other. Still looks like there's a bit on both though, to be fair. So what I'm going to do, put the caps back in the same order they came off. We'll reload another bowl, switch the caps around, and go again. So this time, silver on the red. Next time, silver on the black. And we'll see, just see if the result is the same. If it's not the tip, giving us different results. I have to say also, to the touch, the copper's hardly hot anymore. The silver is burning hot. So in terms of heat retention, seems the silver is working a little bit better than the FMJ. In terms of vapor, I can only go by the colour of the AVB, but we're probably getting more from the silver collar than we are out of the FMJ. I use probably lightly here, okay? Very lightly. Let's go for another round. One's definitely clicking first. I can't work out which one it is. That's the reason why I never did the test that way. The vapor's wispy. So obviously they're both tanned. So we're going to heat for a little bit longer. It's much better. One of them's almost combusted. I can taste it. The other tip I can give you is if you think you're near combusting, cool the caps down just a degree. We'll stop that from happening. Okay. Is almost stopping now the vapor production. Let's take another look. We'll fill up the bowls again and we'll switch the caps around. So as I said, this time, first round, silver on red. Next round, silver will be on black. That looks better, doesn't it? You make that up, silver is definitely closer to the black shade. See that? It was more obvious last time, but obviously they're both. That was out of the copper one. It was out of the silver one. Just loading them, loading the bowls back up again. Okay, so last time was silver on red. This time, silver on black. So once again, the silver cap is absolutely really hot, okay? The copper one doesn't feel as much. I mean, these, you know, if you, I don't know my metals or anything, but I've looked it up and silver is actually a better conductor than copper. So it should be hotter than the copper is. The heat retention should be better because it's a better conductor of heat, or a thermal conductor. Silver's dropped down a little bit. Right, that's where I usually have it. Let's do this. So it's the last round. We'll see how this goes, and we'll look at the results. So just until the second click. Still as tasty as the first bowls. The first double we had, round one. Just as powerful. Not wispy at all. Dense flavour. Sorry, dense vapour. Good flavour. Don't make videos and get stoned, people. Not a good idea. The two don't go together. That is naughty. Does that hit the sweet spot or something? As I said in a previous video of mine, I'm sure it's the same with the FMJ as well, because obviously I used to use it for many months. You kind of get to a temperature. When you've reached that temperature, it just, I don't know, it's just like puff after puff after puff. It doesn't seem to want to stop. It's just like a sweet spot. Starting to cool down a little bit now. I'm going to keep toking till we hear the first click. I'm going to look at the AVB again, see what the results are, and we'll go for another heat up, see what the results are then, okay? It's almost finished now, not finished, but sorry, the heat's gone down now to a point where it's not producing that much. Had a faint couple clicks there. Let's check this out. Oh yeah. FMJ is like a light brown AVB, so I can definitely go again. I'm going to keep the cap off so you know I'm not cheating. Let me just stand this up on a magnet. And the silver side, which was the FMJ side last time, is darker again. Not by much, they can both go again. But as you can see, the silver side is almost, it's a lot darker actually. It's not a little bit. You can see actually as you look further into where the bowl sits, it actually is quite a lot darker. Can you make that up? Weird that. I wasn't expecting that to be so obvious. You see that? So this time we've had the FMJ on red. Talking about the ring down here if you've just joined us. And this one, a little black ring at the bottom. That one was the silver this time. Previous round it was the other way around. So we wanted to vary the tips, see what the results would be. Okay, so the silver, pop that back on first. So this was on black. We'll go back on there. Let's do that test again like we did in the last one. Actually have the silver is like raring hot. I can't even grab it. The FMJ is grabbable. It's like something that come out of the oven like 5-10 minutes ago. You can hold it, not for very long. It's hot. The silver, I wouldn't even be able to hold it. It's very hot. Right. Round two's not over. We have the second half of round two. So rotating this time on the silver. We'll rotate next time on the FMJ. Heard a click there. Rotating on the FMJ. A couple of clicks there. I wouldn't say that's ready. Another one there. I'm just going to heat it for 6 more seconds. I'll even turn it around, do it again. I'll stop the light at that time because I didn't want to spin on the silver and give that an extra heat. Right. One of them looks like it's combusted, and it looks like it's the silver. It's combusted. I'm not even going to have a lug at that, people, because I hate combusting. I don't know, actually. It's on the line of combusting the silver. Out of argument's sake, before I have any more, FMJ still got a light brown colour to it. I'll just pull the other one off and show you that. So silver looks like it's nearly combusted. It's like, you know, black, but still looks like it's smouldering. The other side, the red, which is the FMJ this time, has got like a browny tinge to it. Can you see that? Madness. I use that word a lot on this channel. So, I don't know what to do now because I know that one's nearly combusted. Tell you what I'm going to do, just so I can finish the bowls, not even for anything else now. I've got the evidence all on film. Just so I can... Ooh, that silver is hot. Okay, just so I can finish it, I'm actually just going to heat the FMJ. The residual heat, because they are touching, should pass over to the silver anyway. And as that's nearly combusted, I doubt it needs that much. So let's just heat the FMJ here, just to prove my point. You saw if I would have heated the silver anymore, it definitely would have combusted. We've got a double click out of that. I'm just going to heat it for 6 more seconds. Just to finish the bowls. That's all. We don't like to waste material, especially in the UK where it costs so much. Delicious. Burnt AVB taste, but this particular strain that I have in the moment, burnt AVB taste is nice. Right, let's do this. That's better. Still a tiny, tiny hint of brown there though. Let's see if I can show you that. Can you see that? So you've got something to compare it to if I get the other one off. Oh, look at that. Take a bit off the silver one as well. Oh yeah. There's ever so slight difference there, but this one is definitely looks like it's still got some lighter colours in there. So if I can do this over here. So this was the red, which is the FMJ. Can you see? I don't think that's finished. I would have had a bit more on there. And this isn't the tips, because round one we did it the other way around. So if it was the tips doing this, we would see completely different results on this round. They seem very similar. Don't think there's any more left on this one. A little bit brown perhaps, but I wouldn't have said there was any more. Well, you saw that for yourselves. there was quite obvious differences there. So I think we'll discuss it a little bit, but I think that the results, they speak for themselves. You saw that. I mean, even I'll watch the footage back on a larger screen, turn the brightness up a little bit perhaps, but you saw the difference between the two. And the silver collar, there's no, in dimensions, you would guess the one that was longer would retain the heat better. Which, this is hot, but I can touch it. It doesn't hurt. You can just feel the warmth. Like I said, it's like something you put in the oven 5-10 minutes ago. It's hot. Silver, I can't hold that. You saw, because obviously I think I've posted up the thermal conductivity. Just don't do videos when you're stoned. The thermal conductivity tables that I've posted up before. Differences are clear. There's about 1/5, probably less, 1/5 of the conductivity strength, let me get this right, of the silver. If you removed 1/5, you'd have the FMJ. So, to put that into context, if they're taking 10 seconds to heat up, then the silver collar would do that 2 seconds faster. So I don't know, let's do this comparison. If the thing retained, if the silver retained, let's say 10 degrees of temperature for longer, then the FMJ would only be able to do 8. Okay, this is just comparison. It's 1/5. You can take 1/5 away from whatever you like and you get the same results. There's loads of things we can put that into context with. I think the video's gone over half an hour now, so we're gonna turn it down and get ready for a finish. We've seen everything here on this video. We've seen the 2 rounds of different buds, switching the caps on the tips. So first time round, it was silver on the red, FMJ on the black. This one we turned round, we had FMJ on the black. Sorry, silver on the black, FMJ on the red. Don't do videos when you're stoned. And we've seen the opposite results in terms of caps. In terms of tips, caps, we saw a consistency with the silver collar being the best. That was through 2 rounds of 2 halves per round, and we saw the same result. So you think about what that means, you put it into context, and you work out what that means. Don't let people tell you. You have a look, go online, see if you can find any facts about which one is stronger. You'll always get the same result. Silver will always give you better thermal conductivity by 1/5 of copper.